Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode from MKsEnglish.com, the website that helps you improve your business English and succeed in the workplace. I'm your host, Mark, and today's topic is how to handle conflict at work. Conflict happens in every workplace, but the way we communicate makes a big difference. In this episode, we'll learn useful vocabulary, practice common phrases, and go through a short role play. But first, here are some useful words and expressions related to conflict at work. Disagreement. This is when people have different opinions. For example, there was a disagreement about the project deadline. Misunderstanding. This is when people don't understand each other clearly. For example, it was just a misunderstanding. We actually want the same thing. Tension. Tension is stress or pressure between people. For example, there was some tension in the meeting yesterday. Resolve. This is to solve a problem. We need to resolve this issue quickly. Compromise. This is when both sides give up something to reach an agreement. Like in the sentence, "Let's find a compromise that works for everyone." Okay, so here are some polite but firm ways to deal with conflict at work. Start the conversation politely. You could say, "Can we talk about what happened yesterday?" Can we talk about what happened yesterday? Or you could say, "I'd like to clear up a misunderstanding." I'd like to clear up a misunderstanding. Next, explain your point of view. And to do this, you could say, "From my perspective, the deadline seems too short." From my perspective, right? In this case, the deadline seems too short. You could also say, "I understand your concern, but I see it differently." I understand your concern, but I see it differently. And in the end, we have to work on finding a solution. And to do this, we could say, "How can we resolve this together?" How can we resolve this together? Or you could say, "Maybe we can reach a compromise." Maybe we can reach a compromise. Great. Now I want you to listen to a short monologue. I recently had a conversation with my colleague about a project deadline. At first, I felt the deadline was too short, so I brought up my concerns in a polite way. I explained that I was worried the quality of the work might suffer if we rushed to finish everything on time. My colleague listened and explained his point of view. The client needs the project completed quickly. After we both shared our perspectives, we tried to find a solution that worked for both sides. In the end, we decided to extend the deadline for 3 days, which seemed fair and realistic. It was a good example of clear communication and compromise in the workplace. So, how about you? Have you ever had to negotiate a deadline at work or school? What happened? Why is it important to explain your point of view clearly during disagreements? And last question, what are some good ways to find a compromise in professional situations? Are you able to answer all three of those questions in English? Go back and try again if you can't. Anyway, now it's your turn. Imagine you disagree with a coworker about working late hours or the design of a presentation. Practice using these phrases. 1. from my perspective. 2, I understand your concern, but. And 3, how can we resolve this? Say your sentences out loud, or if you want, you can write them in a notebook too. Okay? Well, that's it for today's episode. Remember, conflict is normal, but respectful communication helps build stronger teamwork. If you enjoyed this lesson, be sure to subscribe and check out MKsEnglish.com for more business English lessons. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.